Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for the week of September 2nd. We're going to jump right in here and see what's going on for you. You have this Thinker card and this Imagine card. The Imagine card, I'll show you in a minute, but there's this lady, she's like trying to bring the moon down to earth. So it can represent like trying to manifest a dream or trying to manifest something that you have been dreaming about, whatever that is, right? And so I think that would be a good thing for you to focus on, is like some sort of goal, wish, or dream that you're trying to manifest into the world. It could be anything. And the Thinker card is about thinking about leveling up. Again, I'll show you in a second, but there's a lady, she's like sitting on a box, and there's a bigger box right next to her, and it kind of represents her leveling up, her needing to take it to the next level or needing to bring her life to the next level. And that's really what I feel for you here, Virgo, is that you could be kind of like taking something to the next level. I'm pretty sure we talk about this like every single reading, that you are leveling up. You can see she's sitting on this box right here, and there's like a face poking out of that bigger box being like, hey, you should probably level up over here on this other side. So I think it's time to level up. You have this Imagine card again. She's dragging the moon down to earth, so you're clearly trying to manifest some sort of dream. I kind of feel like part of the challenge for you is resources with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness, and she is focusing on the resource that she has, that big pentacle in front of her, and she's not focusing on this rabbit right here. The rabbit can represent like fears, anxiety, things like that. So she's focused on what she has, not on what she doesn't have. And I think that's going to be important for you, Virgo, is that you focus on the skills or the resources you have. It might not be money. It's like maybe financially it would be difficult for you to do something, but also you could do whatever you're trying to do in another way. You have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about getting curious, and that's kind of what I feel for you, especially we go like this: Empress, Ace of Cups to the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords can represent a lot of things, but the thing that it always reminds me of is like third place solutions. She is thinking this or that, but there's a third place. This island that's behind her kind of represents another way of doing things. So I kind of get the feeling from this first row that even if you think you can't do something, you can. You just have to kind of do your research, study, learn, be curious, and look for other ways of doing what you want to do. It seems to me like it could be a very abundant time for you with the Empress. I noticed one of the first cards here in your next row says nourish on it, and nourish would definitely be a key word with the Empress. She nourishes the things that she cares about in her life. She's a card of self-care, treating yourself very nicely, kind of pampering yourself, all that other good stuff. So I think that this week could also be a great week for you to really, practice self-care, take care of yourself, say nice things about yourself, all that other good stuff, so that you can be in the Empress energy. Again, I always like to tell people that to me, tarot is just like loose guidance at best, right? It's just advice, it's energy that you can take advantage of. So just because the Empress comes up in your reading doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be in Empress mode. You have to do the things to make that happen, right? With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. That's literally why I said that the Queen of Pentacles, I felt like it was kind of like a little bit of a challenge this week, mostly because of that Five of Wands that's showing up right next to it. So the Five of Wands is conflict or competition, and it's about like maybe you're trying to start a business or trying to work on something where there is a lot of competition. The Five of Wands, I always say fives have very easy solutions. The solution to the Five of Wands is to learn from the competition. Don't compare yourself to the competition, but if there is competition for something you want, I would see what they're doing and see what you can do that is like similar, or how can you reinvent what they're doing. The other thing is you can avoid it as well, right? It's like by looking at the competition, maybe there's something completely different that you could do to stand out from the competition. And the Five of Wands says, what is it, right? And even the Two of Swords says, you're thinking about something from like a limiting perspective, only thinking this or that, but there might be a way that you could really stand out. And I feel with the Empress as well, the Empress is all about standing out. So it's like, how can you stand out this week? With the Page of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. Just says, try it, right? Six of Pentacles is about planting those seeds and taking those first steps. So it says, if you come up with an idea, try it and see what happens. If something works, double down on it. If something doesn't work, get rid of it and do something else. With the Empress, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is the card of studiousness. Page of Pentacles is the card of learning, so I think it would be a great time for you to learn new ways of doing things, to kind of like try new things and try different ways of standing out this week. It seems to me like it will be very, very beneficial for you. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this transition card and this nourish card. So I think it would be a great time for you to nourish your soul, take care of yourself. The transition card says that there is definitely some sort of change or transition coming through for you. This has been coming up for a while. For you, Virgo, that you are going through a transformation, at least like 4 years. And I always say that, of course, a transformation takes time. So, it makes sense that it would come up over 4 years. I don't think we just I always like to remind people that a reading can talk about the same thing for a long time, because it's like we don't just like change overnight for the most part. Well, we actually do. We do change overnight, but maybe it's 10 years of work behind us that causes the overnight change, right? So again, I think this is a change that you've been working on for a long time. You have the Five of Wands. I do feel like competition is important for you this week. I wouldn't normally spend time like focusing on this so much, but I feel it. So I feel that for a lot of you, that competition could be kind of like a little bit of a key word for you this week, or it could be something that comes up multiple times. This could be you dealing with competition or whatever. I really feel the solution is very simple. I think that if you have competition, especially in work or business, it's like, what sets you apart? That's what I would focus on. I wouldn't even focus on the competition. I would say, what is my competitive advantage? Same thing in love as well. It's like maybe you're interested in a person where there's a lot of competition for the person, but it's like, what is your competitive advantage? Why are you different? And that's what I would focus on with this Five of Wands. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups could, of course, be a love offer. I do feel like there could be love here. You have fire stands out to me, and so does earth. So, take it how it resonates. You've been getting a fire or an earth sign with me for months at least, maybe years. So there definitely could be like a fire or earth sign coming in for you, and it could be a love offer. The Ace of Cups is also about like following your heart and really doing what your heart is telling you. I think the challenge for Virgo is that what your heart has been telling you has changed. I said that this year that, there is a big change in Virgo's heart this year, 2024. So like what your heart is telling you to do, maybe you're discovering a difference, or maybe you've been doing something for like 10, 20 years in work or business, but your feelings about it have changed, and adopting the beliefs of your new heart is kind of the thing that Virgo is working on maybe the most, or you working on your attachments to love, and that's not even just to people, but the things that you love could be changing. And the Ace of Cups says make sure to do more things that connect to your heart, whatever, even if it has changed. And we have the Queen of Cups right next to it. The Queen of Cups really follows her heart no matter what. It doesn't matter like what people are telling her to do, or what people are saying, or if people agree with her or not. She just always follows her heart. You have the Moon. The moon can represent a period of like fears or not seeing things clearly. It's kind of dark on the moon. If you've ever been outside on a full moon, then you know that the full moon can kind of cast shadows on everything around it, and you can't see very clearly. But the moon says, some of the things are illusions, some of the things are real. The thing about the moon is that it's temporary, and the moon comes up, moon goes down, sun comes up. And so the moon is part of the fool's journey, and he just has to make it to these mountains and not get distracted. I feel that you're working towards something, and this is saying, like, don't chase shiny objects, right? It's like I've worked with a lot of people in my day, and a lot of people I've noticed, they'll be working on a project, it's kind of working, but like right before it actually works, they discover something else and they run off and do something new, right? And I feel like the moon is kind of saying, see something through to the end. If you've been working on a project, a goal, a wish, a dream, I feel the moon is saying, keep going in that direction. Don't give up. Right? You can't make this up. I literally said, don't give up, and I pulled the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says, persevere. The Nine of Wands says, do not give up. The Nine of Wands is also my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So it's an amazing card for experimentation or trying new things, of course. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, like I said, is about following your heart. Whenever a card repeats itself, it's just confirmation from the universe. It's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. And then with the Moon card, you have the Hermit, you, showing up in a very strong position. The Hermit has also been through a period of darkness. he has climbed to the top of this mountain, and now it's time for him to shine his inner light. I think that this is just a theory that I have, that I think the hermit, the original intention was that you climb up the mountain, you learn something, you kind of go through a dark night of the soul, or you do some soul searching, and this is learning. But the hermit can get stuck at the top of the mountain. He can say, okay, I'm done with people, I'm done with society. He has escaped to the top of the mountain, right? But I think the next step for the hermit is to come down the other side of the mountain and to show the world what he has learned. He has the star in his lantern here, and now it's time for him to be an inspiration, or it's time for him to kind of like show the world what he has learned. And a lot of you could be being asked to do that. And next, in the area of what's messages from your future self, you have this divine intervention card. It says, angels are working behind the scenes to assist in the miracles you've requested. Very good. You have this new love card, this Libra card. It says a new romantic relationship is unfolding that will be deeply meaningful for you. So there you go. You have the Ace of Cups twice. So definitely, if you're meeting a new person, could be a good one. And, Libra is all about give and take. So I think I've been saying for years now that love has changed, especially in like 2021, somewhere around there. There was like a big change in love. And I think now what we're being taught is that we have to get into relationships where we give, but the other person also gives, right? Libra, balance, and there's some sort of equal give and take. So we need to make sure that we're entering into those types of relationships, not just love, all relationships. You have the Two of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Two of Swords, again, is this or that thinking. But with the Two of Swords, she has this third place behind her. And I always say Two of Swords is my card of third place solutions. I believe third place solutions are going to save the world. Moving forward, we're going to see a lot of third place solutions. If you don't know what third place solutions are, they're basically just things that no one has ever thought of. So, most people think this or that for every single problem that exists in the world. But there's probably like a better way that doesn't involve this or that. And, I believe that us little people, right, we are the ones that are going to discover these third place solutions. So again, looking at what makes you unique and doubling down on that is going to be the trick for you. You have the Queen of Cups. It's kind of funny that I feel resistance with the two queens for some reason. Like I feel resistant energy with both of these energies, Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. It's like, it's not bad, but I just feel that there's a little bit of resistance. So maybe you have changed your mind about things, or, maybe you want to change what you're doing, or, you want to change your business or whatever. And there might be people who don't agree with it. And I kind of feel like that's where the resistance could be coming from. And, the Queen of Cups says, well, you have to follow your heart anyway. Same thing in life, right? It's like sometimes our parents want us to go to college and, get a degree, but it's like maybe you don't want to. And I feel like the Queen of Cups is really saying, you have to push through that resistance and do something anyway because you want to do it, right? And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which says this is how you are going to change your fortunes by, kind of doing what you want to do and not letting other people tell you what to do. I do feel with the Wheel of Fortune that there's a lot of luck. I also feel that there are positive changes that are happening in your life. I definitely feel that Virgo is one of the signs that has experienced the most cycles, and is now, I think you are kind of paying attention to those cycles. It's like you're seeing how certain cycles keep repeating in your life, which is good. When you see it, you can avoid it. Or again, if there's a good cycle, then you can double down on it. I always say it's like there are like certain times a year where I feel more motivated, right? So I pay attention to that cycle, and I always do like more work whenever I feel more motivated because I'm motivated to do it, right? And so it carries me through the times a year where I don't feel motivated. And I think, that's just one example of like really paying attention to the cycles. With the Two of Swords, you have the Page of Swords again. So I think I said that at the beginning. I was connecting these two about needing to be curious and look for other ways of doing things. So pretty simple. With the Queen of Cups, can't make it up another 5. I told you that I was feeling resistance on these two queens. 5 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. And the 5 of Pentacles is about feeling left out in the cold, or, the 5 of Pentacles really says you need to be careful of paying attention to your weaknesses. The easy solution with the 5 of Pentacles is to focus on your strengths and to not call attention to your weaknesses. And then we go down to the King of Wands. The King of Wands is like very bold, confident, assertive. He's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So I feel for a lot of you that, focusing on things that you can be confident at, like your skills, your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, whatever, is going to be the solution there. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Seven of Cups. Yes, you have to be clear on exactly what you want. We said this with the what was this card? Well, I was talking about it on the moon, but I thought there was another card over here that said something about your focus. It says divine intervention. They're assisting you in miracles. I thought there was something else. I guess I'm making that up. But again, I thought I said something about like really being focused in one direction and not getting distracted. Seven of Cups is about seeing all the good things and bad things that could potentially happen. He's dreaming of a dream, but he is imagining that good things and bad things will happen, but he really doesn't know how something is going to turn out until he brings it down to earth. This reading is talking about bringing that moon, down to earth and finding out for yourself. So I think that's what you need to do there. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this moonshine. It says stay in integrity. You have this moon madness card. It says avoid drama. So yes, both of those cards go hand in hand. Stay in your integrity and avoid drama at all costs. We have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year. Mars retrograde is notorious for drama, so I would just avoid the drama. You have the Nine of Cups, Page of Wands, and the King of Wands. The Nine of Cups is about fulfillment and bathing in the energy of what you want, but in the good stuff can definitely represent receiving a wish or receiving something that you desire. And again, that divine intervention card says that the angels are assisting you to manifest miracles. So clearly you could be manifesting some miracles. You have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about going on the adventure and following your enthusiasm. What I'm noticing about this reading is that we have like a lot of blue cards here in the reading just in general. And the Page of Wands is a blue card, but what I will say is that he really follows his enthusiasm. He's excited and enthusiastic for a new beginning or to start something new, and because that's all he needs to get started. So I think that following your enthusiasm would be a good idea. You have the King of Wands, again, needing to be bold and assertive. I kind of feel like you could be attracting a very bold and assertive person. So for those of you that want love, it could be a very fiery person. Again, it doesn't even have to be a fire sign. It could just be a very, fiery person. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands in the good stuff would say that you're getting to the end of a very long journey where there have been burdens. But he's about to reach his home in the background here, and he is about to have a harvest. So I feel for a lot of you that you are about to have a harvest. With the Page of Wands, you have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about like waking up to your purpose, right? And so a lot of you are clearly making a big change. These people are standing in these coffins, and the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life, and they are stepping into a new life. This whole entire reading, we've been talking about how you are maybe making some decisions from your heart that other people might not agree with. That would definitely be the Judgment card. With the King of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, big victory coming in for you if you do this. Again, I'm not saying like this is going to be super easy, but I think that, if you follow your heart and you really listen to what your heart wants, then the victory will be that you will get it. The Ace of Swords is also communication, and I do feel like some of you could be getting communication like from a new person. You have this negotiation card, and I feel like no negotiation, though. This isn't a bad card. It's Jupiter and Libra, but I feel like this is saying, like, don't negotiate. Like, there is no negotiation that needs to happen. You need to kind of follow your own path, and I think that's what's important in this reading. You have this Power card. That's where your true power will come from, is from following your heart, for sure, and I think you could be gaining in power. You have this Harmony card, a lot of Libra energy already with these cards. So this card is the Sun in Libra. And Libra wants peace and harmony. Libra is ruled by Venus, and so very much an Empress-like energy. The Empress is Taurus, but Taurus is also ruled by Venus. So I feel for a lot of you that doing, again, like I said earlier, nourishing yourself, you have that Nourish card, really paying attention to how you take care of yourself and the things that you say about yourself. It's almost like this reading is saying the more you care about yourself, the better your life will get this week, right? And obviously, if we do things that we want and not other people want, then we are nourishing ourselves by doing that. But there's like a whole list of things that I think people don't think about. Like if you're doing something that you don't want to do, you're not nourishing yourself. If you're in a relationship that isn't working out and you're not leaving it because you're afraid of being alone, you're not nourishing yourself, right? So I think that this is saying, create more harmony by doing what you want. You have this Detachment card. The more detached you are from what other people think, the better your week is going to be. So I'm a big fan of kind of like listening to yourself at this time. I think that practicing non-attachment would be a good idea, like detaching from outcome would also help you at this time. And finally, you have this empathy card. I feel like you need to have empathy for yourself. I think the one thing that really stands out for me in Virgo's astrology is the fact that you could be beating yourself up for things that happened in the past. And so releasing those things, forgiving yourself for those things. Didn't this card say forgive? Oh no, it didn't. Never mind. But again, I think that forgiving yourself for those things and having empathy for yourself is also going to set you free. But a pretty good reading here, Virgo. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.